How are you? Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
hello.
good.
It's finally we meet. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Big pleasure.
Yeah, are you in Milano now, right now?
Yeah, Milano, Milano. Yes.
Yeah. And I think is this the first time you speak to Korean media or journalist, I think.
Yes, first time, first time.
Yeah, let's keep in touch after this course. We have many things to talk in the summer.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with the question as you are super busy man. So
Thank
firstly,
you.
let's talk about yourself. The first question is about you. I found out you were born in Napoli, Italia. Is it correct?
Yeah, it's correct. I was born in Napoli. My family is still in Napoli. I live in Milano since I was 18. So I moved to Milano when I was very, very young. But
Yeah.
my city is Napoli. And so, yes, I'm from Napoli.
You must be very happy about their winning the league this season. No?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the team, but I'm very fan of the city, of course. So to see the city celebrating like this and to see finally Napoli people after 33 years celebrating a Serie A title is something amazing. So I had the chance to be there in the past few weeks, and I will be there for the final game on the 4th of June. And this is something really special. So congrats to them and to the city because this is incredible.
Yeah, and there are some people say you don't sleep. They think you don't sleep. You always work. How many hours you sleep a day?
Yeah, honestly, sometimes I sleep really 3, 4 hours, something like that, because it depends on the moment. Honestly, it's not that I'm always not sleeping, otherwise it would be complicated to keep going, but it's just to manage myself in the moments. There are some moments where really, because many things are happening and I like to try to be in control of everything, is not easy to sleep and to rest if your mind is still pushing and wants to get more and more. And then in some moments, of course, you understand a bit the market, the moments, the months when things are happening, and you can be more relaxed and sleep normal 7, 8 hours. So this depends, but sometimes really in the summer transfer window, this could be 2, 3 years, sometimes 2, 3 hours, sorry, sometimes.
Last question about yourself. What do you think is the key reason you could be the number one in transfer market? What is the key reason?
No, honestly, I tell you the truth. I don't feel I'm the number one. I'm just happy to be part of a system. I think in general, of an industry, in general, of the transfer market that has really improved in the last 5, 6 years. This is really more on quality than on gossips. And this is crucial, I think. And so to answer to your question, I just try, as many other top journalists in different countries, in Europe, outside Europe, in Asia, in America, in United States, everywhere. I think we just try to do our best, and our best in terms of credibility. I think this is the point. Accuracy,
All right.
trying to tell people the reality.
Okay, really, really nice and humble. Okay, let's shoot for the question about transfer for Korean players. First of all,
Yeah.
Kim Min-jae. You talk about Kim Min-jae's transfer situation a lot, even before he moves to Napoli. Is there any
Yeah.
reason why you are interested in Kim Min-jae?
Because I think he's one of the best center backs in the world, and he was already at Fenerbahce. So I was really attracted by what Napoli did with Kim last summer, because they had to replace Koulibaly, and they had many options on the market. It was not only Kim, many players in Europe, in Italy, in England, in Spain, and they only wanted Kim. They had like 4 or 5 options on the table, and they were like Kim, Kim, Kim. And it's not usual to find an Italian club only wanting a Korean center back playing in Turkey. It's not something usual. We are used to see Italian clubs going for Italian players from Serie A or maybe from Premier League, La Liga, but this is something really unusual. And so I was following the player and I understood why he's absolutely fantastic.
What's the latest news you have about Kim Min-jae? Do you think he will move to Man United or?
Manchester United really want him. So he's a player who is in the top list of Erik ten Hag. They really appreciate the player. They've been following him for a long time. So for sure, Manchester United have a concrete interest. But as we know, the club sale is crucial. So they have to understand who's going to be the new owner, the new probably director of football, who is going to support Erik ten Hag in the summer transfer window, and what kind of budget they will have. Because to sign him is very clear. You need around 50 million euros, a bit less than this in the first few days of July. So the timing is very clear, but Man United can't do anything now because of the owner situation. So let's follow this club sale situation, but for sure Man United will be there. And also Newcastle have sent their scouts to follow the player in the recent months. So I'm sure something big will happen.
Okay. About Lee Kang-in now, who's playing Mallorca in Spain. Do you have any? I mean, we also have some link between Lee Kang-in and Man United and Aston Villa or Atletico Madrid. What's the news you have about Lee Kang-in?
Yeah, about Aston Villa is because his agent has been in England to speak to many English clubs. So many English clubs are informed of the conditions of the deal, and Aston Villa have sent their scouts multiple times to follow him. So this is why there is this kind of interest, but at the moment it's not something advanced. For Atletico Madrid, this is a concrete possibility. He's one of the players they have in the list. We know that they want to sign an Asian important player in the summer, also due to some sponsorship stuff, and of course because of their qualities. And so he's one of the possibilities.
About Son Heung-min, you recently shared a writing about his comment on your Twitter. Is there any reason why you did that? Do you think it's a good quote or something like that?
I think this is very good and humble quote, and I like to see this kind of quotes because I think it's normal in sports and in also professional top players to have something that is not making you perform in the best way for one season. This is absolutely human, and so it's not always seeing the player saying I am the best in the world, I want to leave if things are not working, but it's something nice to see some players saying, okay, sorry to the fans because you have been fantastic and we were not as good as you. So this can happen in football. Maybe next season will be better, I'm sure, but to see that kind of quote is something that is showing the mentality, and so I really appreciated that.
Okay. And do you have any interest or any consideration about Son from other clubs?
I think he will stay. He's a crucial player for Tottenham. Then we know, never say never in the market, but at the moment the situation is quiet. Also, the relationship I think between Son and Daniel Levy and all the people into the club is very good. Also, his agents share a great relationship with Tottenham, so I think it's going to be difficult to sign Son, and it's the same for Harry Kane. I think Tottenham have to restart with these players and change what's around them, not these two players. They are crucial part of the project.
Yeah, okay. We have another two great midfielder. One is Hwang In-beom in Olympiacos and Lee Jae-sung in Mainz. They both have some links in Europe. Do you have any information about them?
Yeah, they have many possibilities. With Olympiacos, of course, it's the same ownership as Nottingham Forest, so this is why the connection with the Premier League is something normal. But again, at the moment, we still have to understand who's going to be the new manager. That is going to be crucial for Olympiacos to decide also on how to proceed with these players. The new director could come from Spain, so they are rebuilding a bit the club, and then we will know in the summer what kind of movements there will be, and the same for Mainz, because in this moment, I think the final days of May and the first days of June is when new managers are coming in or the new directors are coming in, and so the situation will be clarified. But I think for both players, there will be an opportunity to move in the summer. There is a lot of interest. I think in general, Korean players are really appreciated now because they're very serious, very professional, with good quality, but also it's not easy to find that kind of professionalism in European football now. Many players, even if they are good and young, it's really easy to be not that professional when you become a top star. With Korean players, this is not happening, and this is something really appreciated. This is why I think there is a good chance for them to move.
Last question, quickly. Arne Slot his contract is just announced with Feyenoord. So Tottenham remains with empty hand right now. Who is the strongest candidate for Tottenham right now?
Yeah, that's really surprising, but not that surprising in one sense, because we know that for Tottenham it's been complicated to find a new coach. They want to take their time, and I think this is fair, but Arne Slot was top of the list. Then they decided not to pay any compensation to Feyenoord. Feyenoord were asking for really big money, more than 15 million euros, to let the manager go, and this is something that Tottenham have decided not to do, and as you mentioned, that's why Feyenoord announced the contract extension of Arne Slot. Now we have to understand who's going to be the new coach. For sure, Ange Postecoglou from Celtic is one of the candidates. He's one of the managers they appreciate. From what I understand, they dream of Roberto De Zerbi, but it's almost impossible to convince Roberto De Zerbi to change now because he's only focusing on Brighton, and so I think he's going to stay there next season. And we have to keep an eye, as always, on Luis Enrique, because Luis Enrique is a manager that they had in the list when Fabio Paratici was the director at Tottenham. Now, of course, Paratici resigned, and so it's on Daniel Levy. But Luis Enrique has always been in the list at Tottenham, and so it's going to be one to watch till the final days when they will make a decision. I really hope they decide soon, because Tottenham need a vision, Tottenham need an identity, Tottenham need to clarify things around the player. You can complain with the players sometimes, but it's not only about the players. You need a vision, and this is absolutely crucial to prepare the next season because they have to improve after this terrible year.
Okay, this is end of my question. Thank you very much for your time. I know you're a super busy person, but let's keep in touch in the summer so that we can do this again. Okay.
Of course. Perfect. I wait for you whenever you want, and we speak soon.